What is real? How do you define real?
Like everyone else, you were born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind.
The Fashion Matrix Podcast with Pablo Mentor.
Wake up and be free.
Welcome everyone, Pablo Mentor over here. I'm very excited because you guys know, first of all, that we have an event coming up 26th of August. Selling with Style is going to be in Las Vegas, Nevada. So everyone that wants to go and, summertime, have a good time, fuck that. You can have a good time, but you can invest in yourself, learn to do business, learn to make more money, and invest in yourself. And finally, we have the very special next guest speaker, someone that I consider my friend, someone that I admire, someone that I respect a lot, someone that I've worked with before. And God damn it, this motherfucker knows when it comes to selling with style, which is exactly why I wanted to bring him on, because he will tell you everything that has to do, not just with himself, but other people around him, his experience, and taught that onto his students, how can changing your style can actually bring you more money. So without any further ado, brother Jose, my brother, what's going on? How are you, man?
What's up, brother? It's good to be here again. It's amazing to have a conversation with you and, see you back, right, from Mexico. I know that we had an event recently over here in New York. So I'm fucking ecstatic, bro. I'm excited to be able to come out there to Vegas, have a conversation with the audience, have a conversation with you, catch up with you, and communicate what selling with style is all about through my experience, through how I built my real estate business. So for those of you who don't know, my name is Jose Rodriguez. I'm the team leader of the REJ team. I'm also the founder of the Built From Pain Network, which is a network of men who are dedicated to being the best version of themselves in many different ways. Style and image and perception is one of those things that we often speak about, because anytime that you step into a room, you're communicating something with your image, right? And that's something that I'm sure that Pablo has mentioned vigorously time and time again. And I'm looking forward to this event in Vegas to cement that message in and cover all the practicalities and all the little nuances that go hand in hand with selling with style. So, brother, I'm excited to be here. And again, real estate, been doing that for about 5 years, have amassed a large sum of success, over 10 million in acquisitions of real estate. And I'm just looking to continue to build that. One of the main contributors to being able to build such a massive portfolio has been the way that I carry myself, the way that I communicate, and of course, gluing it all together, the congruency with my image and how I present myself in every single room. So I'm excited, brother.
Dude, well, first of all, thank you for your time, because I know that you're a busy man. I can vouch for you, man. I've been in your place. You were kind enough to be my host, and I know people. I've been through his busy schedule, and I know that this cat actually walk his talk, right? I mean, I know that you have everything that you say, dude, like people don't even know, because you don't show off everything that you actually have and everything that you actually do, right? I mean, you could be showing so much, but I'm very happy the way that you're doing it, because you're keeping it classy and with style. But people don't even know, man. Like people don't even know how much of players we are, man. So why don't we go? I have so many questions, man, and I'm very happy that you're coming through to this event, because you're one of the guys that not only accepted, maybe you already had it back in your head, which is something that my first question. Did you always know that style was important coming up as an entrepreneur or wanting someone who had ambition? Did you know that, man, I gotta put on my suit? Or did that happen after attending events or something like that?
Yeah, brother. I mean, I appreciate you communicating that. I didn't understand the depths of, how you can communicate style. But I understood that there was something to it. And it wasn't because I had style. I mean, when I was going to school as a kid, I wore the Jordans. I did my best to look fly, right, and present myself and try to holla at the girls or whatever. But it wasn't the same as now. And I'll go ahead and quickly touch on the juxtaposition, I guess you can say, because I grew up in a very tough neighborhood, right? Yeah. I didn't grow up in a neighborhood where everybody was fucking friendly and giving, and I took into account how people carried themselves in these neighborhoods, what they were doing and what their life trajectory was like. And I realized that wasn't the life that I wanted. So when you put things together, right, it's very simple if you actually take the time to look at these things to see that, okay, these people, by the way that they're carrying themselves, and I was one of them at the time, right? I wasn't communicating the message that I was somebody that was capable of being in a room with another successful individual that had millions of dollars, had, a lot of assets that he's accrued, was a genius in real estate, carried himself with respect, with integrity. I saw the opposite growing up with the people that were in the environment that I was in, right? Rough neighborhood, everybody's fucking backstabbing each other. Nobody gives a fuck how they're presenting themselves. Usually it's very paranoia, very low key, not wanting to really just blend in with everybody else because they don't want to be noticed because all the shit that they're doing is not necessarily the best thing to do, right? So I was familiar with who you have to be to not be noticed, right? To not garner attention. I was already familiar with that because of what I grew up seeing. Yeah. So once I got into the real estate business and I eventually met you, I had an idea, that I needed to buy a suit. However, I didn't quite understand how to put certain things together, right? And it was when I first started to actually realize that it's not just about buying a suit. Yeah. It's about everything else that happens before that and the compliment that you can give to the suit, or the compliment that the suit can give you, and how you can allow yourself to mix your personality and embody the prestige that you want to communicate to the world, right? And we're all in business. So for us, we must have the ability to garner attention. We must have the ability to go out into the world and say, hey, this is what we do. This is who I am. Yeah. However, it's the connection to how to communicate that we're going to be speaking about at this event. So, bro, I'm very excited for it. And yeah, growing up, I had an idea. However, it wasn't after, making the connections, going out there to Cali for the first time, meeting you, having that conversation when you're like, bro, what the fuck are you doing with that fucking shirt, bro? You're telling me like, the suit looks nice and everything, but come on, man. So I remember that conversation we had. And after that, I started to be a little bit more intentional with what I was wearing. And even now to this day, that has stuck with me all the time. So yeah, bro, I'm happy to be there.
Thank you, man. Dude. I love that word, intentional. You became intentional with your with your wardrobe, with your outfits, right? Which is what most people do not understand, right? People that are going to watch this or going to listen to this, actually, the majority just wakes up, jumps into the shower, and just put on a fucking random shit. It's what's available, what's clean. They don't even think about, okay, what the fuck am I going to say today, right? Which is what I always say. What you put on is not, do I look nice? Do I don't look? No, it's what do I want to communicate today? And most importantly, what do I need to communicate today? Because we're talking about selling with style, right? Selling through your image, which means creating more revenue, making more money, thinking as a business owner, right? Which is what you and I are. When you have a business, you don't think about yourself. You think about your customers, right? You stop being selfish, like, oh my God, it's all about me. No. What do my customers need? So when you become a brand through your fashion, through your image, you start thinking, okay, without being fake, because these things for the average person, they're not going to get it, which is exactly why we're making this event, right? We're not making it for the average cat. We're doing it for someone who actually wants to take it to the next level. And if you're there, you'll hear personal experiences and you'll hear the A, B, C, 1, 2, 3 steps. The actual steps. It's not just fugazi, like, yeah, feel good, no, fuck that, man. There's a bunch of fucking other idiots out there on YouTube, on Instagram telling you, wear a suit, buy a tie. Okay, so the fuck what? Everyone is wearing a suit. If you're a salesman and if you go into your office, you'll see a bunch of motherfuckers, average people wearing a suit. And that does not make them great. That does not give them more leads or close more deals. So you and I know, Jose knows, and this is exactly why I'm very excited that he's here sharing and teaching us how he and other people, because he's been teaching that on to others, he understood the power of image, as I like to call it, right? You understood the power of image and then you made it your own. You understood the fundamentals and you said, okay, this is something I gotta learn. And then you applied it. You actually applied it, which is something that I admire, man. Most people just attend these type of events and they're like, wow, it makes so much sense, man. It's fucking great. But they don't do anything about it. They don't actually take the first step. You're some of the very few rare people that actually started applying it. And goddamn, look at your success. And what I admire the most is that it's when you can replicate success, that's when you really become successful, right? It's not only you. You can, there's other people around you that can vouch not only for you, but them. Like, hey, wear this and you'll become more successful. How many people follow you and how many students do you have that are doing exactly what you're telling them and they're closing more deals? So that's what I want people to understand, that, look, I remember, because I don't want to share too much because that's why we have the event, but I'll tell this and then I'll pass it back to you, brother. And I have a couple of questions more, a few more questions for you. But the last job that I had, like the last real job, right? Because you know that I'm an entrepreneur and I've been on my own. But the last real job, it was a sales job. I was selling suits, actually. Yeah, suits. Like that was my last job. It was over 10 years ago, more, 12, 11 years ago, man. And I was selling suits, right? Whatever. And I had to go door knocking on people. I had to, create my own list of clients or whatever. And I remember that I had no fucking idea on how to sell suits. I had no I was not an image consultant yet. I was just stumbling upon across this knowledge and I was just getting started. But I remember that what made me different in that office that had people that were selling every single day, like I'm talking about like $20,000 suits, man. Like who the fuck has the money? Who the fuck is gonna spend $20,000 US dollars on a goddamn suit? You're talking about someone who actually knows and who has the money. So I was like, how the fuck am I gonna do this? And I had no experience. I don't know what the fuck am I gonna do. However, one of the very first things that made me stand out and people taking me a little bit more serious was the way that I presented myself. And this has been in the back of my mind forever. Throughout my whole story, there's many interviews that I've done talking about this. So I'm not going to go through the whole story, but I remember very vividly, I went into the office having no fucking idea what I was going to do, but wearing a fly-ass 3-piece suit, and it was like an armor, right? It was like, I'm ready to fucking kill it, man. I felt ready. I felt like I own this shit. I'm ready to cold call. I'm ready to door knock. Like it made me become more confident and believe in myself a little bit more. And then when I was in front of a customer or even co-workers, when they have no idea, they were selling suits, but they look like a fucking, I don't know, man, like they were selling t-shirts. You know what I mean? Instead of selling a $20,000 suit, it looked like they were selling a copycat Jordan shoes, tennis shoes. They didn't look for the part, and I didn't get that. Like, how the fuck are you gonna ask for a customer $20,000 when, look at yourself? God damn, you don't even iron your shirt. I was like, fuck this shit, man, So people started noticing me, and that's when I actually started growing my mustache, but whatever. But they started saying, dude, the stylish guy, yeah, you look so good all the time. And even though I didn't have the money to buy those very expensive suits, my customers believed that I was wearing the same suits that I was selling. I mean, I don't recommend for you to lie, of course, but But the image that I was presenting, it was of someone who was already making money. Like, man, of course I'm gonna sell you something that I already own. Like, look at me, man. I'm a successful businessman. That helps you. That's what most people do not understand. Like, okay, most of you cats out there rely on just personality. What the fuck is that? You must ask yourself, who the fuck am I? Who are you? To just rely on personality. Because most of the times, that personality derives from bullshit opinions from your family, from your friends, from fucked up relationships that tell you you are this, you are that, you are blah, 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 and then you buy that idea and you become someone that you're not, right? So you rely on their personality. And let me tell you something, people judge, right? People judge no matter, I don't care if you think it's good, I don't care if you think it's bad, people will judge you based on the car that you're driving, based on the people that you surround yourself with, based on the clothes that you're wearing. That's a fact. That's a hard fact. So again, just to wrap it up, I started making a name of myself because I looked different. I looked the part, right? And it's as corny as it sounds. I was dressing for the job that I wanted, not for the job that I had, right? In my mind, I was already that guy, that successful guy. I had my own business, so I was carrying myself like that, and people were noticing that, and they treated me differently. And I remember a new person that entered the company, and he asked me. He was younger than me. He was like, "How do you get respect? Like, how do you get people not asking you how old are you?" Because he was very nervous about that. Like, hey, I have people always asking me how old are you, and that's a sign of disrespect. Like you're immature. You don't know what you're saying. You don't know what you're doing because you're very young. That's basically it. And I was like, dude, I just own it, you know? Like, look at me, goddamn. I own the part. I believe in it. I dress for the part, and I do the whole thing. I mean, of course, there's many different things about it. So what I was saying, most of you guys rely on just personality. Yeah, that's important. I'm not saying that that's not important. Of course, that's very important, and we'll cover that, of course. But the outside, most of the things that you own, you pick them because you like them visually. So if someone is deciding to do business with you, let's say that you're a realtor, right? You have, I don't know, 4, 5, 10 realtors up there in New York where you live. Like, there's probably 100 realtors that are selling or that want the same business. And at the end of the day, the client is gonna pick you because of the way that you carry yourself, because of how you speak, and because of how you look, which means your communication, verbally and non-verbally. And that's exactly why we're doing this event, brother, because we want to teach and we want to share to the people that, dude, like, money is out there. Money is out there. There's no scarcity. Like, people are complaining, and yeah, maybe we have a recession going on, but this is exactly the time to make more money. This is when the new rich people will create generational wealth. We'll become the next fucking Rockefellers and all that shit. You know what I mean? So with that being said, brother, when did you start realizing that by wearing a suit, a tie, I don't know, a color, people treated you differently? You said, God damn, what? I mean, I'm the same motherfucker. I'm the same guy from Dominican Republic. Like, I'm the same guy, man. I come from the ghetto. But just by wearing something different, they were like, oh, he's a businessman. Wow.
Yeah, brother. I mean, that's a great question. In regards to when exactly, it happened as soon as even I bought my first suit. Like, I bought my first suit. I remember it was a blue suit, and then I also bought a black suit. Those were the first suits. One was navy blue, and the other one was a black suit. Those are the first two suits that I bought, right? And I bought them because, all right, I'm in business, so, you know, if you're in business people wear suits, right? So I wore a suit. So those were my first suits that I've ever owned, right? And I remember the first day that I put it on, and I went to the office, and immediately the attention that I received from people was different. The compliments that I was receiving from the coworkers that I had in the office was different. Now, I know that we touched on, just buying a regular suit isn't gonna cut it. Now, the reason why it was such an impactful experience for everybody around me was because I never fucking wore a suit. Okay. So just the difference of, like, something's happening here. something's changing.
Yeah.
Right. And then little by little, I started adding different things into the suit, right? Now I would come in with a pocket square, not wear a nice belt.
Yeah.
Now I'd open up my collar and have a nice necklace on. Now, so I started to touch it with certain things that I knew weren't just meaningful to me, but also I knew it was going to garner attention, right? I knew people were going to be curious about certain things. And that element of mystery helps in a lot of different ways. So it was that, but it was also consistently doing it. The more consistent that I dressed up, people started to notice that I was placing that intention and that dedication to my day, because I believe that people can connect with the effort that it takes for you to put an outfit together. Yeah. I believe that when people are getting up and they're in the shower and it's time for them to pick out their clothes, and they either decide to dress like a bum or they decide to dress as somebody that has prestige.
Yeah.
Those are two different outfits. And the one that has the one that's, let's say, for example, dressing like a bum, that one's very easy, right? Just wear a regular fucking shirt, maybe some jeans, maybe some Nike shoes, and then just walk out of the house like a regular person. And I'm not saying, I'm emphasizing the bum on. I'm not saying that you have to be a bum to fucking wear that. But what I'm saying is again, if you don't care really how you're gonna look, you're just gonna go to your wardrobe, pick the first thing that you see and throw it on. Versus you start to think, oh, you know what? I know that this will look good with that. And oh, you know what? I'm gonna go to this neighborhood and it's very upscale. So I know that if I hint a little bit of this color, it'll allow me to up the vibration and the energy that I'm going to be communicating in the room. So I'm going to wear a touch of this as well. And then I started to experiment day by day. And again, not all the time I was right with the combinations that I'm putting out, but the more that I did it, I started to get the feedback from the world, because again, it's not about me. Yeah, I like certain things and I like certain colors. My favorite color is red. I don't even own a fucking red suit. You know what I mean? It's not about me. And I understand even what the color red can do. However, I made a commitment to myself. That's more personal until when I'm gonna get that red suit. But again, I started to experiment with all these different things. And there's actually something that I say to myself. There's a question that I ask myself every single day before I walk out of the house. And that's a question that I can't wait to share with you guys when we hit Vegas, because that's going to be a powerful one. So yeah, bro, I'm excited, bro.
Shit, I like that mystery. Like, okay, you guys want to know? Motherfuckers, you better come. Because yeah, dude, so talking a little bit more about the event, what can people expect on your end? Like, what are some of the things that maybe a little golden nugget that you can share with us? Because there's a lot of people out there that are in the fence. I remember I was one of them back in the day. I didn't believe in the power of seminars. I was like, man, why the fuck am I going to spend money on this, whatever, right? But after attending a lot of seminars, I realized the power of connecting with other people and learning from someone like you, learning from someone who's walked the path. And what are some of the things that you can tell the people that are a little bit like,
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you're on the fence, that's more likely your own internal problem that you have to resolve within yourself. And I'll tell you why that is. Number one, the fact that you are listening to this video and to this recording and you're on the fence about it, it's probably because you're not comfortable making these kind of decisions of being in a room with other high level people that are going to teach you some shit, right? Mm-hmm. So what I would say to you is listen, make the commitment. I'll drop my handle on Instagram if you guys want to follow me and see the things that I do every single day. I post stories all the time. Yeah. So listen, it's going to be an amazing event. I know that I've amassed an incredible amount of success within myself and personal growth. So, I mean, listen, for me, what I'm going to be sharing is I'm going to be sharing what I do. I'm going to be sharing who I am. I'm going to be selling myself, right? So when you see me, you're going to immediately know he's a speaker. Not even now, like obviously because you see me, but immediately, even if you don't see this video and you step into the room, you're going to notice who the speakers are.
Yep.
Right. So I want to go ahead and communicate why that is. What is that X factor, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
That when that person walks into the room, there's something a little bit different about this person.
Yeah.
And most of it, and you're going to be surprised when I say this, most of it happens before you even throw on the clothes. Most of it.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's a lot, brother. And that's why I'm saying, like, listen, I've been in the game for some time, right? If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, check out what I do for credibility, follow my YouTube channel, scroll through, go for it. However, we're bringing in the fire. So make the decision. Don't be on the fucking fence. Jump over that motherfucker because we're ready.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, we're ready. Yeah, of course I'm gonna put the whole your social media and everything so that people can actually see what you're all about, because that's what we're all about. We're about being congruent. We say we're gonna do something and we do it, and whatever the fuck you see on online and his social media, my social media, when you get to meet us, you experience it even more, like harder, like you'll see like, oh fucking it makes sense. But dude, I'm so fucking glad that you brought it up. Without even speaking, without even saying a goddamn word, you can already tell who are the people that are going to teach you, who are the speakers, who stands out. Who the fuck stands out of this whole goddamn crowd? And if that can happen in a very small scenario, like just imagine the whole world, right? And I talk about the world because we're talking about sales. We are going to talk about sales. Dude, like, you want to make more money, right? If you're going to attend this fucking event, it's because you want to make more money. Period. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to show you how to make more money. And one way is exactly what you said, brother. You got to stand out. People will say, dude, I want to make business with that person. Why? Do you know him? No. But something about that person, I don't know, he has a good vibe. Or I don't know, I've never met someone like you, Normally, I never answer the phone for a salesman. How many times have I gotten this and you have gotten this? Like, normally, I always sell, hey, no soliciting or whatever the fuck, right? But you and I know how to get around all these objections and all that shit. One way is through our brand, how we sell ourselves. And it's not just the clothes. That's why we chose style. We didn't say selling through fashion. No, because style is the way that you point at yourself and say, this is who the fuck I am. This is who I am. This is what I stand for, right? And I know that you want to make business with me because this is what I am. And this are my promises. This is what I can do for you. That's style. Style is not a suit. Style is not whatever the fuck you think it is. No, style is a whole form of communication. And I'm very, very, very happy and honored that you'll be there, man, because I know that you're a busy businessman. And the fact that you're taking your time, and plus you're over there in New York. God damn it, you're flying from New York to fucking Vegas. So guys, understand that we're flying someone from fucking New York all the way to goddamn Vegas just to teach you motherfuckers how to make more money, how to dress nice, how to stand out. So you guys better fucking come through and listen to my brother Jose and follow his movement, because every time I see you guys posting your pictures, I'm like, yeah, it makes sense, man. It fucking makes sense. That's why you're fucking winning. That's exactly why you're winning, because look at you motherfuckers. That's what you gotta do. It's the steps. It's the actual steps that you need to take. And it's amazing, man. Any last thoughts that you want to share with us, man?
Yeah, brother. I mean, listen, if you want to make more money, if you want to understand how to sell more, if you want to understand how to sell yourself, I would say come to the event. Listen, I was at a situation once when I didn't make as much money as I did today, but I always wanted to. I always wanted to level up my life. I always wanted to level up my bank account. So I remember there was this one time where my first ever event that I went to that was outside of New York was in North Carolina, right? And I was 16. Shit. And I traveled 10 hours driving to North Carolina to go ahead and meet some serious salespeople, and I remember taking that leap and then revisiting that moment when I was 18, going to California to another event. And I get it, sometimes you may have that skepticism. However, as long as you understand that skepticism doesn't come from you, it comes from all the other bullshit that you were taught growing up. Because it's like, think about it, bro. if you're gonna do the things that you've always done and expect a different result, you're fucking insane. Okay, so the fact that maybe if it feels like for you a little bit uncomfortable, good, it should, it really should. And the fact that maybe you feel that way, you definitely need to come out to this event because we're gonna bring the fire. So I'm just excited, brother. I got no more last words. And yeah, it's good catching up with you, bro. I love the yellow suit, man.
Oh man, I made this suit specially. I had it made tailored for the event. I don't know if I'm gonna wear it because I'm gonna bring a surprise. Of course, people always, hey, what the fuck is the image consultant gonna wear? Oh, you'll see. Everyone will see. But yeah, man, no, thank you for this time, for your time right now, for this podcast, and for showing up to the event. I know it's gonna be fire, man, because we have people. It's, you know, I see it as the Avengers. Like we're gathering up a team of very highly successful entrepreneurs that have done it, and that what we're talking about, which is selling through style, all of us right here that we're gonna speak, we know how to do it. We've done it, and I'm just excited, man. I'm very excited because people are gonna see it, and in Vegas, bro, fucking Vegas, where people go to. Oh my God, every time I've been to Vegas, which by the way, it's always been for a fucking seminar, because I never go there just to get fucked up. I don't recommend you guys to just go there to get fucked up. No, make some money, man. Invest in yourself. But you see them with their best garments, right? They want to show up, fly, this, that. So, dudes, you're gonna learn it. God damn it, you're gonna learn from an entrepreneur. You're gonna learn from business people. You're gonna learn from investors, and from an image consultant, from someone who actually. Because what I'm gonna bring to the table. Those that don't know me, which I don't know why the fuck you're listening to this if you don't know me, goddamn. But maybe you're someone that doesn't know me. What I talk about is the ABC, the 1, 2, 3, the step 1, step 2, step 3, like the actual science behind why to wear a yellow suit, why to wear a red tie. Like, it's not just because you look good. There's a science behind it. And this is something that you are not going to be able to find it anywhere else. I dare you. I double dare you to go out there and find someone who actually speaks about fashion, image, and style the way that I or my mentors do. Because this is a science. So what we're going to bring to the table is actual facts. You're going to be there and you're going to connect with other entrepreneurs, with other people that are on the same path to become the best version of themselves. And after that, you're still in Vegas, baby. If you didn't learn anything, which is, I doubt that you're not gonna learn anything, you're still gonna be in Vegas. So come on, guys, god damn it, you better be there. Anyway, brother, thank you for your time. I'll see you there in Vegas the 26th of August, man, and appreciate your time, brother.
Sounds good, brother. Looking forward to it.
All right, peace out.